Ashley, is that you on your iPhone? Okay, good. I see that now. Nice. It's only people with A names that come to class today. Amari, Aaron, and Ashley. That's a little weird. We do have a lot of people whose names start with A in our class. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? Can you guys hear me? Yay, good. All right. Okay, Aaron, I think I have an answer for the test.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Finally. Okay. So I've looked at a bunch of stuff. And I think that the best solution, the fairest solution, is to adjust everyone's score to where it's out of 120 points instead of 132 points, which makes each of those last two problems only worth 6 points instead of 12 points each. And so even though some people didn't get to them, at least we've kind of split the difference. Does that make sense? So so now the only thing I have to do is figure out how to get it into Canvas that way mathematically, because the quiz is set out of 132 points. So I think I just don't want to do it and screw it up. I think I can change the point values on the last two problems to 6 and 6 instead of 12 and 12, and then it will be fixed. But I don't want to mess up your points. So I'm talking to someone in IT first about how to do it, because Canvas has like a curve button that you can use. But this is an interesting conversation about statistics. It puts you guys on an exact bell curve, right? So right now, our class average is like, I can't even remember, like a 75 or something. And it would adjust that and it would spread everybody out evenly, which is not going to be good for some of you, right? Because it'll move your grade lower instead of higher. And I don't want that to happen. So what I'm doing instead of using their automatic curving is I'm just changing basically the denominator of my fraction. Instead of being 132, changing it to 120, which will increase everyone's grades, which is the goal, right? So it's interesting. A lot of teachers, like not necessarily math teachers, but other teachers, say they're going to curve the grade, or they even use that automatic curving button. And that's not good for most students, right? Because that puts your mean directly in the middle of your data, which means half of the students scored higher than that and half of the students scored lower than that. And that's not necessarily what you were looking to do in your class. So, how does that sound? Does that sound good?
That sounds awesome.
Good. So everyone should notice their grade shifting in a positive direction on that test, right? So for example, I had, and I did all the math separately, right? I had only 3 A's. Now I'll have 6 A's, right? and so on. So everybody shifted a little bit. Now, you might still be in the B range, but you'll be higher in the B range than you were. So let's say you had an 82, now you'll have an 88 or an 89 on that test. So I think that makes a difference. Is my internet real bad? Am I glitching or am I okay?
I think you're fine.
Okay, good. I've been having lots of trouble yesterday, so I just wanted to make sure that it's not crazy town. Okay, so any questions on that? All right. Good. So it's our last day before spring break. Are you so excited? Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited too. Um, I do want to make sure we understand expected value before we go on break. So we're going to do some more practice with expected value. And then when we come back from break, my plan for the first day back from break is we better kind of remember what in the heck we learned before break regarding probability, because I have a feeling a lot of us are going to really take a mental break, which is well needed, right? So, okay, we're going to talk Thunderbird Thursday. Everybody knows next week is spring break. Yes. So nobody has to come to class next week. Hooray, right? So that's good. And you can I don't think I have anything posted right now for when we come back, because I know some of you might be like, I'm kind of bored. Maybe I'll just get ahead on my assignments. Right now, I don't have anything posted, but I will try to get some stuff posted, but it might not be until like Monday because I'm finishing up my 8-week class. So I have to wrap up their final grades and everything. So, but if you want to check Canvas next week, you totally can. And there will be stuff there for you. Okay. But maybe not until Monday. Okay. Let me find my screen. The other thing is it would be a great time to reach out to your counselors or think about what you need to take in the fall or if you're transferring. Now, I don't think anyone in here is an education major. Am I right? No one in here is an education major? All right. I do, just in case anyone was thinking about being an education major. We have a spotlight event tonight at 5 o'clock, and we have representatives from ASU, NAU, ACU, which I've never heard of, and another one I've never heard of. Oh no, GCU. GCU is the last one, I think. We might have 4 or 5. Anyway, they're coming to talk to our group of it's called Ed Rising is the club that I'm co-advisor on, and they're going to talk about transferring to those institutions. So if you're interested in that, even though you're not interested necessarily in education, but you want a recruiting name, of somebody from any of those institutions, I can put that link in the chat. It's an event from 4 to 5:30 today. So I'll put that in the chat when you guys are working on some things. We're going to do a warm up today, and it's going to be an expected value problem. So what's fun about that is it's a little more practical than some of the math we look at. Even though you're like, expected value didn't seem real practical, it actually is. So if you read this question, and I'll put the doc in the chat as soon as I get my fingers back on it. Hold on one sec. All right. So, this problem, there's the doc we're going to use today. Robert's raising money through his business for a local charity and plans on spending $1,500 in upfront costs to host a tennis tournament. He expects to sell tickets worth $7,000 the day of the tournament. However, if it rains on the day of the forecast tournament, he won't sell any tickets and will lose all his money spent in his upfront costs. If the weather for the tournament day is 35% chance of rain, what is his expected return or his expected value? So, in other words, is it a good idea for Robert to spend the money on his upfront costs? So, there's the doc in the chat. Try that. We'll do that all together. And then, after we discuss this and kind of debrief it and make sure we remember what expected value is, then I will put you in small groups and you will work on a few more application problems of expected value. Okay? So try this problem for about 5 minutes. And then if you get an answer early, you can send me a message but send it directly to me. So, you're not spoiling it for everyone. And what I want you to do is remember yesterday on our exit ticket, we were really thinking about what it means, not just finding the value. Okay. All right. So I'll be quiet and let you guys have 5 minutes to work. I'll set a timer. Like I said, if you finish early, send me a message and then we'll talk about it as soon as everybody's done. Okay. And if you have questions while you're doing it, if you're like, am I doing this right? Is this what goes in this box? Just privately chat it to me. Okay. All right. Everybody have the doc?
Professor,
Yes.
on the second one, for the proper, I think the proper, hold on. Yeah, for the probability, do we have to take 35 into a decimal form and then subtract it from 100?
Subtract it from 1 if you're putting it in a decimal form. Yep.
And okay.
All right. So far I got 1 answer and it was correct. That's awesome. If you have an answer, privately send it to me. Okay. Send it to me directly. Don't send it to everyone. Okay, I got another right answer. Yay. So you're either still working or you're stuck and you're not sending me a message. Because if you're done, I should have your answer. Okay. I have a couple of you working on more problems. I'm chatting with one of you, helping you. The other ones, I don't know what's happening. All right. So those of you that are not answering, that's what we're going to work on now because I can't just go through a problem and then you're magically going to understand it. Like, because we did a problem almost just like this yesterday. So you're looking at your notes, you're asking me questions in the chat, something's happening, right? So you can't just sit there and be like, don't know, good luck, right? Because we're going to have a quiz and you're going to be like, oh no, I hope it's a group quiz. So let's fill in these boxes. I'm going to let you guys have a choice. And I don't want people who have the final answer ready. Okay. So there's only 2 of you that sent me an answer and you know it was correct. Okay. So anyone else can volunteer. So tell me any box you want to fill in this whole chart. You can volunteer for any box at all. Okay. So go ahead. So I would say volunteer early on one you know.
Okay, with the outcome, if it rains, would it be just negative $1,500?
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice. It's going to be negative $1,500. Does everybody see where that number came from? Amari, does that make sense? Okay, so remember, the table is there to help you, right? If it rains, how much money is he going to gain or lose? Well, he's going to lose the upfront costs. So he's going to lose $1,500. So I write negative $1,500. All right, so anyone else, tell me, fill in any other box. I don't care which box you tell me.
Would the does not rain be the 7,000 or would we add the 1,500 on top of the 7,000?
Great question, Ashley. We know he's going to sell $7,000 worth of tickets, but what do we know about that $1,500?
That's the upfront.
Yeah, that's the upfront cost, Jende. So does he get that 1,500 or does he pay that 1,500?
I think you probably get that 1,500.
What do you guys think? Does he get that $1,500 or does he have to pay that $1,500?
It does not rain.
It doesn't matter, rain or not. If it's an upfront cost, he has to pay that.
Pay it. Oh, upfront.
He has
Okay.
to pay that $1,500. He has to pay that. So that's like probably reserving the tennis courts, right? Things like that he has to do regardless. So instead of adding that $1,500, we're going to subtract that $1,500. So our real outcome, if it doesn't rain, is $5,500. Does that make sense? Okay, Ashley shook her head yes. Deshay, does that make sense? Okay, Jende gave me a thumbs up. Valerie, does that make sense? Amari, we good there? All right, good. So now the probability spot. If it rains, what would you put in that box?
Is it just 35%?
Yeah, so you could write 35%, and we could write it as a decimal, right? Because when we use calculations, you write 0.35. Remember how we learned how to convert those percents to decimals? Everybody okay with that? All right, so what goes in the other box for what's the probability it doesn't rain?
Would it be negative 0.35?
Okay, I want you to think about weather. It's either going to rain or it's not going to rain, right?
So 0%?
Those are our only choices. It's going to rain or it's not going to rain. If they tell us there's a 35% chance it is going to rain, what are the chances it's not going to rain?
65%.
Oh,
How'd you get that, Ashley?
Well, I subtracted 35% out of 100%.
Very nice. And can you think that that's a complement, right? Activity. That's what that is, right? That's the complement. What's the probability that something's not going to happen? And so we would write 0.65. Is everybody okay with that? All right. Now, I'm pretty sure that at least one of those boxes was easy to fill in. This one right here. All the other boxes you might have had to think about a little bit, but that box was easy to fill in. So make sure you guys are really trying on this because this class is going to get real hard if you just sit there and wait for me to do it. Okay. Now it tells you exactly what to do over here. Multiply the outcome times the probability. Do the same thing here. Multiply the outcome times the probability. And then for expected value, you add the third column. So you add these two together, and that's going to be your expected value. So I'm going to give you about, I don't know, 2 minutes to do that. And then I'm going to ask you to put your answer in the chat, and we're going to do a 3, 2, 1 chat. And then you need to be able to answer this question. Is it a good idea to spend the money on the upfront costs? But you have to get the expected value first in order to answer that. Okay, so I'll give you about a minute to do that. All right, let's get your answer ready in the chat. Your overall answer, right, of the expected value. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So you got an overall answer of $3,050 because negative 1,500 times 0.35 was negative $525, and 5,500 times 0.65 was 3,575. So when you did 3,575 minus 525, you got 3,050. Yes? All right. So is it a good idea for Robert to plan this tennis tournament? What do you think?
Yes,
Why?
because he didn't lose any money.
Right. Well, does it say he lost or gained any money? No. What it's saying is if he plans this tournament, the likelihood that he was going to make money is good because it's a positive value, right? But remember, expected value is if we do this lots of times. So he's really only having one tennis tournament, right? So when he has only one tennis tournament, he's either going to lose money because he's going to be out the $1,500, or he's going to make money because he sells all his tickets, right? But to find the expected value is a good idea so you can see, well, if I'm going to plan this and I'm going to repeat this event, which I hope he would do, then it's a good idea to do it because my expected value is positive. Does that make sense? So remember the exit ticket yesterday. Some of you thought it meant you were going to lose 34 cents on each game. That's not what expected value is doing. Expected value is averaging, right? So it's saying on average, he should make $3,000. Okay. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. If some of you are a little tired or you're ready for spring break or what's happening, but you're going to have to start stepping it up and filling in these boxes. Okay. I don't want to have to collect these papers at the end of class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in your breakout rooms. I'll show you what my solution looked like. Maybe if I can find it. All right. There you go. And so now you're going to work on these problems and you're going to have to think and you're going to have to work together as a team and fill them all in. And I'm going to come and check on you guys. And as long as everybody's working the entire class period on these things, then I will just give you credit for this assignment. Okay. But if you're not working on them, then I will not give you credit for these assignments. Okay. So, and help each other. Don't rely on just one person to complete the task. Okay. So you have 2 or 3 people in your room and there's only 4 rooms. So I'll be able to pop in and check on you a bunch. Okay. So if you're confused, ask for help. You can pull up the textbook reading. You can do all of those things. Okay. Call me into your room. So we're going to work on the rest of the problems on the worksheet. If you look at them. So see, I've provided a table on this one, but I didn't give you a table on this one. You could make your own table. See, it says build a table and then calculate the expected value and then find the expected value. So there's only 4 questions total. So you should be able to complete all 4 of those. Okay. Okay. I'm going to open up your breakout rooms. Call me in if you need help. All right. Malachi and Aaron, did you finish? That last one is a beast.
Almost. We were just getting down to the
Uh, uh,
outcome times probability. We hadn't added everything up yet.
okay, good. So when you guys want to, you can check your answer. So I'll just, because I know sometimes you're just curious. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Good job working. I know this is a hard section. Like, I know this is hard stuff. And once you get the hang of it, you'll get better at it. I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can see. I put the key in our OneNote. Dang it. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll up and down. Oh, I know now why. So don't look at the screen if you don't want. Hold on. And now I can't figure out how to stop sharing. My screen just decided to be a moron. So, okay. Okay, so I put the key here somewhere. There we go. So I'm going to show you just like the second problem because some of you were stuck on the second problem so you can see it. And I'll give you all credit because you all worked so hard today. Have a great spring break. I'm not even going to make you do the exit ticket today, okay? Because we'll just do it as a warm up when we come back from spring break. But what I do want to show you is don't forget to finish your PC 3 more practice. Okay. Don't forget to finish your more. Am I sharing the right screen? Probably not. Can you guys see the exit ticket even though you're not doing it? No. Okay. How about now? Can you see the exit ticket now? Don't do the exit ticket. Don't worry about the exit ticket, but you just have to do your PC 3 more practice. Don't worry about this one. Don't worry about this. Okay. And don't worry about this. Have a great spring break. There we go. Don't worry about that. Have a great spring break. And you can stay on here if you want to see that key a little more. Otherwise, you can see it in our OneNote. Okay. Or you can send me an email. Yay, Amari, go party. I love the party hat. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your break. Email me if you need anything. I'll see you back Monday, the 22nd. Don't get
That's
lost.
a long time.
I know. Don't get lost. Come back. I will miss you if you don't come back. I will actually email you if you don't come back. And bother you if you don't come back because we got to finish, right? We got to finish this class. Okay. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Happy spring break.
Oh,
Hold on. So I got one question.
Yeah.